Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been released from his Manchester United contract by the club in order for him to complete a move to LA Galaxy. He may not have played much in his second season, but Ibrahimovic had a lot of great moments in his first season. So what I want to do is run through my list of Ibrahimovic's best moments in a United shirt. There was so much hype about Ibrahimovic joining Manchester United, at least not because Ibrahimovic himself built up the hype with the move itself, but then he delivered straight away on his, it wasn't his competitive debut, but in his first appearance for the club, he decided to score an overhead kick. May not have been the most glorious overhead kick, but to have the audacity to try that on your first appearance for your new club, Manchester United, it shows how much confidence he had in himself. And then he followed that up by scoring against Leicester City in the Community Shield. So before the Premier League had even started, the hype around Ibrahimovic was so strong. And then he delivered on his Premier League debut against Bournemouth. He scored. You know, not many people can do that, I suppose. At 35 years old, so many people expected Ibrahimovic to come to England and struggle, because he had struggled a lot against English teams whenever playing them in the Champions League. But he did not struggle at the start against Manchester United. He scored against Bournemouth on his Premier League debut, and then 5 days later, on his Old Trafford debut in front of 75,000 fans, he scored both goals in Man United's 2-0 win over Southampton. The hype was real at the start. Ibrahimovic came out of the blocks firing at Man United. And straight away after that goal against Bournemouth, the song started. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he is 6'5", he is hard as fuck, and he was our Swedish hero. So United fans made sure that was very clear.
6'5", hard as fuck, he gets the Reds excited.
And of course, lions, they don't compare themselves to humans.
Lions, they don't compare themselves with humans.
Another great moment from Zlatan was in that 3-1 win over Swansea. He scored 2 goals, but it was his celebration, his massive karate kick, with Phil Jones looking absolutely terrified. That was an iconic picture from the season. Zlatan, you know, he scored plenty of goals, 28 in total. Many more important than that, but the celebration from that Swansea goal was class. A goal that was even better than that, remember, away at Everton, a very tough first 45 minutes for United. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic came up with the goal, dinked it over the keeper, hit both posts. Did it cross the line? Absolutely it did. And it was a touch of class from a player who, on so many occasions that season, maybe didn't have the best overall 90-minute performance, but he cropped up with the goals when we needed him to. And that is what made him such an impactful player at the club in his debut season. Take 2 of the late goals he scored. Away at Crystal Palace, he scored an 88th minute winner. Cue mad scenes in the away end at Selhurst Park. We've got a bit of a reputation there of scoring late goals. And take the goal against Liverpool at home at Old Trafford. He cropped up. I don't even know how he bent his neck to get the header in, but Zlatan made the difference again. As I'm saying, he was the man that made the difference with such important goals like equalising against Liverpool at home in the 88th minute, scoring an 88th minute winner at Selhurst Park. That's what made him such an important player. But of course, it wasn't just in the Premier League where Ibrahimovic was influential. Take his hat-trick against St Etienne in the Europa League. We obviously went on to win the Europa League, and some of the best moments of that season was seeing Zlatan celebrating in the final. We'll get to that later on, but his hat-trick against St Etienne was not the finest you'll ever see, but Ibrahimovic scoring a hat-trick in the Europa League, that was a big moment for him. Because, you know, he never won a major European trophy. And it might not be the Champions League, but still, the Europa League, Man United had never won it before. Mkhitaryan may have been the most influential player in the campaign, but you can't dismiss how important Ibrahimovic was to that campaign. But obviously, his best moment in a United shirt came at Wembley against Southampton in that League Cup final. He scored both goals, and he started off with a wonderful free kick to get United started. But it was his second goal. Not only was it a late winner for Man United in a final at Wembley, cue scenes in the away end there, it was more the manner of the goal. Man United defending on their own box. Ibrahimovic is back there, heading the ball clear. Then he clears the ball. Then he starts the counter-attack. Then he runs up the pitch. Then he scores the winner, age 35. To do all of that in the 88th minute of the game, that is what you need from your big players, and Ibrahimovic certainly delivered in the League Cup final. Now, Zlatan may not have played against Ajax, but he was hilarious on the whole day. You saw him arriving into the stadium on a golf cart with his foot in the air. You saw him celebrating on the sidelines on the crutches with Eric Bailly. You saw him smiling, beaming with the trophy in his hands. Finally got his hands on a major European trophy. And we all remember that banner from that fan after the game.
How disappointing will you be to this first 5 years?
So Ibrahimovic may not have had too much / any impact in his second season at Man United following that cruciate ligament injury. But in his first debut season, he scored 28 goals. He won 2 major trophies at the age of 35, right towards the tail end of his career. Not many people can say they did that. Nobody really can say they did that at Manchester United. So I want to say thank you to Zlatan Ibrahimovic for the memories. Good luck at LA Galaxy. I'm sure you do very well. A nice little payday in the sunshine. That's not a bad way to end your career. Fantastic memories of that first debut season. The most impactful debut season, I'd argue, since Robin van Persie when we won the league. But as I said, thank you for the memories. Good luck.